Good morning. Welcome to Tribune News on Q, your go-to morning news source. Only here at the Daily Tribune. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page, Tribune Now on YouTube, and the Daily Tribune Official on TikTok. For today's headlines. Leandro Leviste pushed back against what he described as stonewalling by the DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon as he continued to release documents related to the agency's budget distribution. Senate President Pro Tempore Panfilo Ping Lacson warned that the real battle over the 2026 national budget begins after its passage, urging vigilance against powerful interests operating out of public view. The Bicameral Conference Committee on Sunday signed the report reconciling conflicting provisions in the proposed 6.793 trillion peso budget for 2026. Malacanang maintained that President Marcos Jr.'s warning of a, quote, sad Christmas for those involved in the flood control scandal still stands, even as the Independent Commission for Infrastructure is now down to one member. Senator Erwin Tulfo on Sunday called the Senate to conduct a comprehensive review of existing laws protecting persons with disabilities. Residential property prices rose 1.9% year-on-year in the third quarter of 2025, sharply slowing from the 7.5% growth recorded in the previous quarter. The 2025 MMFF Gabi ng Parangal celebrated not only its winners, but the evolving strength, empathy, and creativity of Filipino cinema. Barangay Ginebra edged Converge 99-98 in overtime of their do-or-die quarter-final to secure a Final Four berth in the PBA Philippine Cup. Today is the 29th of December, and I'm Eliana Lacap, bringing you today's top stories. Let's kick things off with today's weather. 3 weather systems will bring cloudy skies and scattered rains across the country today. The northeast monsoon is affecting northern and central Luzon, while the shear line is influencing the eastern sections of southern Luzon and Visayas. Easterlies are affecting the rest of the country. The State Weather Bureau added that no low-pressure areas are being monitored for possible tropical cyclone formation. Residents are advised to stay alert and follow local advisories. Now for a traffic update. Light traffic is reported at Balintawak Toll Plaza, approaching Mindanao Toll Plaza, Bukawi Toll Plaza, and San Fernando northbound and southbound lanes. All other areas of NLEX, Azotex, and NLEX connector, including toll plazas and interchanges, are also reporting light traffic conditions. Motorists are advised to stay alert and follow traffic advisories for a safe and smooth trip. Now let's move on to this morning's headlines. Batangas 1st District Representative Leandro Leviste is accusing DPWH Secretary Vince Dizon of stonewalling after releasing screenshots of emails that allegedly show DPWH sending him summaries of the 2026 infrastructure budget. Leviste said this contradicts Dizon's claim that he has not seen or authenticated any of the documents. The files reportedly show 401.3 billion pesos in allocable DPWH projects, grown to 1.041 trillion pesos after amendments. Leviste is questioning why these allocations and proponents remain undisclosed and is urging the DPWH to release the full list for transparency. Senate President Pro Tempore Panfilo Ping Lacson warned that the fight over the 2026 national budget doesn't end with its passage, calling for continued public vigilance. He cited the 2025 budget labeled, quote, the most corrupt ever, marked by alleged ghost projects and massive insertions, including the controversial Cabral files, implicating top officials, with the Independent Commission for Infrastructure weakened by resignations. Lacson urged citizens, religious groups, and civil society to stay watchful. The Senate embedded safeguards, including bans on political branding, strict medical assistant rules, and monthly infrastructure oversight, but stressed that true accountability depends on public vigilance. Now, the Bicameral Conference Committee signed the reconciled 6.793 trillion peso 2026 national budget on Sunday, following a one-week delay over DPWH funding and programs like MIFIP. Described as, quote, people-centered, the budget reallocates over 300 billion pesos from DPWH flood control to health, education, and agriculture. Lawmakers highlighted transparency, live streaming deliberations, and distributing printed copies. Ratification by both chambers is set for the 29th of December, after which it will be sent to President Marcos Jr. for signing, while unprogrammed appropriations and other continuous programs remain largely unchanged. Now, Malacanang confirmed the President Marcos Jr.'s warning of a, quote, sad Christmas for those involved in the flood control scandal still stands, even as the Independent Commission for Infrastructure is left with only Chairperson Andres Reyes after Commissioner Rosana Fajardo's resignation. Palace spokesperson Claire Castro said accountability is moving through due process, with recovered kickbacks, frozen assets, and ongoing charges. She added that the ICI's mandate is to gather documents and assign responsibility, not focus on individual members, and that replacements await the passage of a law formally establishing a permanent independent commission. Now, Senator Erwin Tulfo called on the Senate to review laws protecting persons with disabilities, noting ongoing barriers in public infrastructure and transport. Through Senate Resolution number 186, he seeks an inquiry into the implementation of the Accessibility Law, or Batas Pambansa Bilang number 344, and the Magna Carta for PWDs, or RA 7277. Tulfo stressed that compliance with accessibility standards should be required for building permits and government projects, citing steep footbridge ramps and public transport systems that remain unsafe or inaccessible, forcing PWDs to depend on others. Residential property prices rose to 1.9% year-on-year in Q3 of 2025, a sharp slowdown from 7.5% in Q2, with Metro Manila leading at 2.3% growth and areas outside the capital at 1.6%, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas reported. Gains for single detached homes, townhouses, and duplexes eased significantly, with condominiums recovered slightly at 1.4%. The Department of Human Settlements and Urban Development warned that the housing backlog remains at 6.4 million units and could balloon to 22 million without stronger public and private sector intervention. Now, the 2025 Metro Manila Film Festival highlighted not just winners, but films pushing boundaries in storytelling. I'm Perfect took the Best Picture, Best Ensemble, and Best Actress for Crystal Go, a milestone for stories on persons with disabilities. Meanwhile, Anne Mary earned second Best Picture, Best Screenplay, Best Editing, and Acting honors for Tom Rodriguez and Zach Sibug. Third Best Picture was shared by Manila's Finest and Call Me Mother, with Vice Ganda as Best Actor. Odette Khan won Best Supporting Actress for Bar Boys After School, which also received the Fernando Poe Jr. Memorial Award, while Technical and Rising Star Awards highlighted genre craft and emerging talent. Stephen Holt drilled the game a winning three-pointer at the buzzer as Barangay Ginebra defeated Converge 99-98 in overtime of the do-or-die PBA Season 50 Philippine Cup quarterfinals, punching their Final Four ticket. Holt finished with 9 points while RJ Abarrientos led Ginebra with 20. Converge's Juan Gomez de Liano scored 25, but Fibrexes lost their twice to beat edge. Key moments include clutch free throws from Abarrientos and Jeremiah Gray, injuries to Jason David and fouls on Scotty Thompson and Japet Aguilar, setting the stage for Holt's decisive buzzer beater. Ginebra now faces defending champion San Miguel Beer in the semifinals. Now a quick look at today's horoscope. Today calls for rest and self-care, Leo. A cosmic awakening reminds you that softness is not weakness. In your personal and professional life, you may have been carrying more than you share lately. The universe gently encourages you to release control, rest, and allow support to flow in. Remember, you are allowed to take up space and honor your needs without explanation. Opportunities for renewal, balance, and clarity are strong today. Embracing rest and receptivity will restore your energy and help you move forward with confidence. Now, Katribu, did you know that on this day, December 29th of 1897, leaders of the Biak na Bato accused Emilio Aguinaldo's Hong Kong group of withholding support? Figures like Isabelo Artacho, Artemio Ricarte, Jose Salvador Natividad, Pasiano Rizal, and Francisco Macabulos proposed distributing the unpaid 400,000 pesos of the Pact of Biak na Bato indemnity to the neediest insurgents. The pact had granted Aguinaldo and his fellow revolutionaries amnesty and money from the Spanish in exchange for exile to Hong Kong. Aguinaldo later used the funds to buy weapons and ammunition, preparing for the revolution's return and the eventual fight for Philippine independence. Now, this morning's viral story will have you saying "aw" at a TikTok video that has racked up 55 million views and millions of likes. Shows a cat deep in its feels as a guy plays an animal's own background music. Let's watch this. And that's all for now, mga katribu. Join us again at 1 o'clock p.m. for more updates. This has been Eliana Lacap for Tribune News on Q, and Happy New Year, mga katribu!